Are you leading or managing your team, or both? In today's fast-paced business world, the ability to distinguish between management and leadership can be a game changer for your success. Hi, Bill Badura. Today we're going to unlock some of the misconceptions associated with management versus leadership. Whether you're a seasoned business owner, a startup founder, or even leading a small team, one of the most valuable skills you can develop is knowing when to manage and when to lead. These two functions are not the same, but they're both essential to building a thriving organisation. Let's break it down. Management is about control, structure, and ensuring the day-to-day operations run smoothly. Managers focus on executing processes, overseeing tasks, and making sure that the goals are met efficiently. On the other hand, leadership is more about inspiration, influence, and setting a vision for the future. Leaders work on the big picture, motivating their teams to go above and beyond, whilst also driving innovation and change. But here's the kicker. You need both management and leadership skills to succeed in business. Think of management as keeping the car running smoothly, making sure the oil is changed and the tyres are filled with air, while leadership is the GPS that sets the destination. One without the other will leave you either stuck in place or driving aimlessly. In today's workplace, it's not enough to just manage or just lead. You need to know when to shift between these two modes. So, how do you balance the two, and what qualities make someone excel in each role? So firstly, let's look at what makes a great manager. Number one is organisational skills. A great manager ensures that operations run like a well-oiled machine. They are methodical, detail-orientated, and excel at creating systems that keep everything on track. Think about how a manager coordinates resources, deadlines, and performance metrics to ensure everything falls in place. Number two is problem solving. A great manager is the go-to person when things are off course. They can quickly assess a situation, identify what's wrong, and implement solutions to fix it. This ability to troubleshoot in real time is critical for keeping teams productive. A third characteristic of managers is communication and transparency. A manager has to be clear and direct in their communication. They are responsible for making sure that the expectations are set, they're understood, and they are followed. But communication is a two-way street. Great managers listen, take feedback, and keep their team informed. The final area is accountability. They hold their team and themselves accountable. Great managers set clear objectives and monitor progress, ensuring that everyone knows their responsibilities and delivers on them. To be an effective manager, you need to master execution. Your role is to ensure that processes are followed, the team's organised, and the goals are met. One of my clients was a great example of finally getting the difference between managing and leading. Initially, he identified that he did not want to be a micromanager and believed that his team would understand exactly what he wanted them to achieve through his communications and then allowing the team to get on with it. He became very concerned when things started to go wrong. Mistakes were being made, timeframes not being met, and the quality of the work was dropping off. His moment of truth came when he stopped to watch what was happening out in the workplace. What he saw was that no one was taking responsibility were what needed to be done, and the team wasn't communicating, and there seemed to be confusion on what was required next. It then hit him that someone needed to be managing the team to achieve the desired outcomes. So what makes a great leader? Let's talk about leadership, which often gets romanticised, but it's much more than just motivational speeches. Number one is visionary thinking. A great leader looks beyond the current project or even the next quarter. They have a long-term vision for the organisation and are constantly thinking about how to innovate and push boundaries. They inspire the team with a clear direction and big goals that everyone can rally behind. Point two is leaders have great emotional EQ or emotional intelligence. Leaders are masters of understanding people. They're not just managing tasks, they're managing emotions, motivations, and team dynamics. High emotional intelligence means that leaders can relate to their teams, empathise with their struggles, and inspire them to push through any challenges that come into play. Number three is about adaptability. Leaders understand that situations change and flexibility is key. They're quick to pivot strategies, adjust priorities, or even change course entirely if needed. In today's business environment, the ability to adapt is crucial for keeping teams resilient and forward-thinking. Number four of being a great leader is inspiring action. A great leader isn't someone who just tells others what to do. They inspire action by leading from the front. They cultivate a sense of ownership in the team so each person feels empowered and motivated to contribute to the vision. To be a leader, focus on influence. Guide your team with a clear vision, inspire them with your passion, and adapt as needed to keep moving forward. Remember the client I was working with that identified his team needed someone to manage them? When the client had this BFO, or blinding flash of the obvious, he quickly turned on his manager's hat and set about identifying where things were breaking down and setting systems and processes in place to bring order back into the workplace. At the same time, he had identified that one of his team members had shown a lot of interest and initiative in assisting him in the management of the team. The client took this team member under his wing, promoted him to supervisor, and at the same time, the client put his leadership hat back on and then mentored the supervisor in how to become a better manager. Did you know that there's no one-size-fits-all in leadership styles? You can and should adapt your leadership approach based on the situation. So let's quickly explore 4 key leadership styles. The first one is transformational leadership. This style focuses on inspiring and motivating teams to achieve exceptional outcomes. Transformational leaders are change agents, always encouraging innovation and growth. They work best in fast-changing environments or where a team needs to be revitalised. The second type of leadership style is the transactional leadership. This is more of a give-and-take approach. It focuses on clear roles, specific rewards for success, and consequences for failure. Transactional leaders excel in high-structure environments where routine and consistency are critical, such as manufacturing or administrative sectors. A third style is the servant leadership. This style flips the traditional power dynamic where the leader exists to serve the team. It works best when fostering collaboration and community. A servant leader puts the needs of their employees first, ensuring they have the resources and support to succeed. And then finally, there's the situational leadership. This is a highly adaptable approach where a leader changes their style based on the team's needs at any given time. Sometimes you'll need to be more hands-on, other times more hands-off. This flexibility is vital for leading a diverse team with varying levels of experience. Think of these styles like tools in a toolbox. Just as you wouldn't use a hammer to drive a screw, you wouldn't use the same leadership approach in every situation. The key is knowing which tool or style fits the situation best. So let's have a look at when to manage and when to lead. Now that we've outlined the qualities of a great manager and a great leader, you might be wondering, when should I be managing? When should I be leading? So use your management hat. When operations need strict oversight, when deadlines are looming, or when consistency is key, this is where management shines. For example, during a crisis or a tight deadline, managing the process ensures nothing falls through the cracks. So when to use your leadership hat? When your team is disengaged, when you're setting long-term goals, or when you're navigating a change, this is when leadership takes the lead. Here it's all about inspiring your team to push boundaries and think bigger. The best business owners and managers seamlessly switch between the two. A successful leader knows when to roll up their sleeves and manage, but also when to take a step back and lead. Mastering the balance between managing and leading is essential. When you know which mode to step into, you'll not only meet your targets, but you'll also inspire your team to go beyond them. So, in conclusion, the secret to building a thriving team and business lies in mastering both management and leadership. It's about knowing when to focus on the details, when to step back, and inspire your team with a broader vision. As a business owner, learning to wear both hats will set you apart from your competition and empower your team to succeed. Now, it's your turn. Think about your role today. Are you leading or managing? How can you blend both styles to elevate your business or your position? Drop a comment below and let me know how you plan to implement these principles in your team. If you'd like to know more or how you can achieve sustainable growth, achieve more in less time, and or develop great teams by moving outside of your comfort zone, please schedule a call with me in the contact link below for a complimentary discussion on where you are currently at and where it is that you would like to get to in your business. Until next time, this is Badura, turning business dreams into reality.